So,
Swords, shields, find them here.
show me what you have, motherfucker. Let me see. We need to. Nine. Ooh, flail? Eder could use that. Swordsman braces. Damn. Shattered Vengeance. One-handed.
Hey there.
Hey.
everybody doing today? So,
Gods, I beg you, grant me a posting on the far side of the world.
We have supplies here for the paying customer. Provisions for the road, perhaps? Have a look.
that's what I'm looking for. There we go. Alright. Well, I'm broke. Now we go back to the ship. We go back to the ship. Got some delicious strong coffee. Or some delicious strong role playing. Yeah, Obsidian, I love you so much, but please do something about these goddamn loading screens. There are so many of them. Oop. My injured crew. There's nothing. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay. Fuck. It's a little bit fiddly. I realize it's a PC port. But still, come on, it's Obsidian.
You mean like...
Alright, yeah.
Least my leg don't hurt anymore.
Tore it straight out of his butthole. Okay. I gotta figure out how to get back on my ship. I love this music. Heard it a lot during the original Critical Role campaign, the first one with Vox Machina. Huh. Wait a minute. My ship's up here, isn't it? God damn it. Yeah, there's my ship, but... Okay. Thank goodness. Okay. I don't have... Okay. Okay, I got supplies, so now I need crew members. Gotta get some crew. Probably a bad step. The goddamn crew. Okay.
We're at Sarens, adherents, the dear wooden. What next?
A giant right out of the living lands?
The Kraken's Eye.
Have you ever seen anyone cast like that?
Sure. A weather mage is a useful person to have on a crew.
But to
Still
tame
kicking,
a
eh?
storm?
What'll it be?
That one a woman...
There's plenty of people looking for passage out of here. Let's see if any of them catch your interest.
Sure. Oh, okay. I got you. Alright, well, I'll go with the free one. I'll just get all the free ones. Okay. My shaggy little doggy. Just curled up next to me. All right. Let's get to our ship. God damn it, I can't.
No word from the Animancers?
Not a thing.
Oh, here we go. Hey. Yes, get on our fucking boat. Okay, now. Okay, where are we? There we go. Nekataka. Okay. Oh boy. Don't worry, we'll do some exploring.
The ring of a bell comes to you on a cold wind. The ring comes again and again, until soon the air is full with the sound of 1,000,000 bells ringing all at once. You are alone.
Oh, shit!
And then you are not.
Oh.
An indistinct figure stands before you, flickering between forms like a fire-cast shadow. A fixed, taunting grin. Bottomless black eyes. A yawning chasm in the earth. The aspects of Berith, the Usher, and the Pallid Knight shift in and out of focus. And at their back, 4 indistinct shades hover. You feel an eternity stretch out behind each of them, reaching back to places so distant and yet so near you cannot comprehend their size. The shifting image of Berith settles on the aspect of the Pallid Knight.
Watcher.
Her voice is the discordant clangor of gongs struck out of time.
I tasked you to discover Aethys's intentions. Tell me what you have learned.
The Pallid Knight knits her brows.
He does not seek to return to the Beyond? Intriguing.
Her sickly pale skin pulls tight across the bones of her face, as if the shell of this aspect does not quite fit the impossible creature it contains. The figure nearest Berith dissolves and reforms in the image of a thin-lipped, ancient crone whose face has felt the melting kiss of fire. The goddess Wodika strides forward.
Does Aethys frighten you, Berith? He should. Magran subdued Aethys's influence once before, and yet he returned.
From out of Wodika's shadow shuffles a hunched, bald man you recognize as the god Scan. His skin is mapped with swollen lash scars, and breath whistles through the ragged hole in his face, where his nose once was. He does not speak, but stares up at Wodika, with naked loathing plain on his ruined face. Wodika steeples her long, knob-jointed fingers.
We must annihilate Aethys now, before he makes a rash decision we cannot easily annul.
She casts a sly look at the Pallid Knight from the corners of her eyes.
A moon would do the job nicely.
Wodika throws her head back and laughs. The sound is a dry, rasping bark.
Andra could do with a new act. Her current one has grown rather stale.
They see to their own affairs. You will speak to them in time, should you have the need.
The figure beside the aspect of Berith flows forward in a swirling cloud of ash. The ash falls to the tiles and reveals a molten-skinned woman, leaning on a monstrous, wicked-edged broadsword. Mogren's glowing lips curl in disdain.
We must find a solution to the problem of Aethys that is neither do nothing, nor destroy the world. I acted in haste during the Saints' War. You will not goad me into doing the same now. To move against him while his plans are unknown would be the height of foolishness. We must find wisdom in precaution.
Another of the silent figures steps forward, and the warm, golden light of a summer's afternoon spills across your face.
Let's all take a deep, calming breath. Perhaps cooler heads will prevail.
Behind Helia's words, you hear the soft coo of doves.
Aethys has been separated from us for too long. Isn't it possible he intends only to gather enough souls to reclaim his realm in the beyond? He should be welcomed.
You look up then into avian eyes. Through them, you see clouds of starlings converge and divide. Helia puts a feathered hand to her chest.
He wouldn't. Betrayal is not in his nature.
Scan shuffles forward.
Yes, yes. We should welcome Aethys' return to the fold. His gratitude we can leverage to cajole him into divulging his plot. Then, when he believes himself to be in our good graces, we do as Wedeka suggests, and crush him into the earth.
Scan pauses, inspecting you.
Ah, and here is the Watcher who wiped dear desperate Alice's mind. You could have let my followers help her kill the man who tormented her. But you did not. Curious.
Scan licks the ragged edge of his lipless mouth and grins, then turns to Helia.
I did not expect such a deliciously ruthless idea from you, Helia. I am impressed.
Helia's feathered crest stands on end.
You wretched little creature.
Your point is well made, little Watcher. If self-evident, Aethys has not been known to possess a vindictive nature. Indeed, he has occasionally been magnanimous to a fault. However, if we push him to the brink of reason, there is no telling what he may do. He is, as ever, unpredictable.
Something akin to fondness creeps into her voice. The Pallid Knight gestures for silence.
Aethys cannot be killed, but he may be subdued. Yet to do so will take immense power and time. Both stand in his favor.
Mogren grits her black glass teeth.
That is why we must ascertain his plans before he has the chance to put them into motion.
She begins to pace. Her steps leave little trails of fire in her wake. Mogren stops and balls her hands into flaming fists.
Even if we manage to destroy his current form, there is the possibility he could return, if he has not already absorbed all of his children.
The Pallid Knight casts a cold, cutting glare in Mogren's direction.
Mogren speaks too freely. That knowledge is beyond your ken, Watcher.
Wodeka waves the gods to silence.
Aethys gathers strength. His strength is a threat to us.
Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked edge.
There is no sensible answer to the question of a resurgent Aethys, other than decisive, final action.
We will act when it is appropriate to do so, and not before.
The Pallid Knight steps away from the half-circle of assembled gods. She pulls herself up to a great height.
She's already like 100 feet tall. Okay.
The words she speaks next come not from her mouth, but from all around
But from her
you.
ass. Oh, okay.
Follow him, Watcher.
The black of the Pallid Knight's irises expand until her eyes are as dark and cold as the void between stars. She bends down and brings her ghostly face level with your own.
Your debt to me remains unpaid.
I love that. This is bullshit.
She stares at you, unblinking. Like a needle drawn to a magnet, you are pulled toward her one compulsory step at a time. You blink open your eyes and find yourself on the floor of your ship's cabin. Alone.
Ah, man, that's good. That is good fucking stuff, guys. I can dig it. Some this classic storytelling. Ooh, hey now. What is this?
I'll hear.
Purple cape. Okay, I'll take that. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take you. Let's see. Sweet.
How may I be of service, my lady? I was the steward of your keep at Cad Nua, my lady. Long before your time, I had my soul bound to a throne of Ardraban. And for nearly 200 years, I felt Cad Nua and the comings and goings within it like an extension of myself. It is a strange connection to lose. Still, it would be unseemly for me to complain of loss to you, my lady. With Cad Nua in ruins, there was little purpose in waxing sentimental over the rubble. I was able to salvage enough of your treasure and wealth to afford the purchase of the Defiant and the hire of a small crew. Unfortunately, that consumed the remainder of your once considerable assets. Under the circumstances, I hoped you would not object. I suggest we proceed to Nekataka, my lady. It is the largest city in Deadfire, and we shall be better able to get our bearings there.
Yep. I'm down with that. Yeah, right. Let's see. Let's talk to,
Ship life sure is an adventure, ain't it? Just think of all the places we can sail to, all the sights we could see. This is nothing like being stuck on a farm, or cloistered in the back of a temple. Tell me what's on your mind? They're there in my head when I sleep. And sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. Happens when I take in a particularly volatile soul. Will we? Ought we? I just don't know. I trust you, Watcher. I swear I do.
Why?
I worry sometimes about what's gonna happen to me. But, well, it's not like I can turn my back on my duty to my god, even if it kills me. We talking during the Saints' War, or after he died?
Oh.
No need to fiddle-foot around. I'm listening. Sure thing, Watcher.
Thank you again for maintaining my story in front of Vanessa and the others.
Sure, Matt Mercer.
I didn't enjoy deceiving them, but it seemed simpler than the alternative. I realized there could be nothing between us. But it was nice to have a friend all the same. You stood with me through more than anyone I've ever known. But a lot has happened over the last 5 years. After we parted, I set out to destroy the Leaden Key. It's controlled us for too long. I wanted to free Kith from it. So for 5 years, I've been tracking down Leaden Key circles, searching for the places where they operate in secret. Trying to undo them. The task has been more difficult than I anticipated. I don't think I fully understood the weight of the decisions I would have to make, or the burden of living with them. It was much easier when I only had to follow someone else's lead. My father's, Theos's, yours. What matters is that you got us out again. After we defeated Theos, I thought the hard part of undoing his work would be tracking down the Leaden Key's members and operations. Perhaps this would be easier with an example. I went to a village in Old Valia, a run-down backwater of a place. Aye, right home like it was. Centuries ago, the Leaden Key had intervened to end some heretical cult. The details were lost, but what had endured was a practice of ritual bloodletting. A gruesome, pointless tradition. At every full moon, the villagers would feed the soil with their blood. No one, young or old, sick or hale, was exempt. The village priest administered the practice. Grim old fellow. Reminded me of Theos.
Wicked old bunbag, 'tis what the lad means.
He was a tyrant. I was certain that if the villagers were free of his influence, they'd be free from the bloodletting too. So I arranged for him to have an accident. The old man died, and the villagers were terrified. They were convinced his death was an ill omen. They blamed it, and every other mishap that befell them, on their lack of faith. So they began bloodletting every week, turning on their neighbors for giving too little. Instead of a handful dying each year, a few perished every week. I had to do something, didn't I? I keep wondering what I might have done differently, or how I could have known better. I suppose so. I should get some rest. It's been a long day, and you've given me a lot to think about.
All right. Hey, Edder.
I got time. I want the destruction to stop. I want him to finish what he's doing and then go in peace. Only I don't see it playing out that way. If you like.
Okay, there we go. You work 16 hours and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Been up since about 3 a.m.
Ahoy, Captain. Truth be told, Ferrante half expect us to get our asses blown out of the water at Fort Deadlight. Fortunately for you, I have this bad habit of beating the odds. Of course, I do that by way of good old traditional chicanery. And the most important part of any hornswoggle? Solid planning. Well, that and surviving. Later, sure.
Ah, fuck. All right. Nope. Really? Just to go to the world map? Man, guys. I'm loving the game, and, you know, I love Obsidian, but these fucking loading screens, man. These fucking loading screens, man.
friend. You can. Hey, that wasn't that bad.
Sweet, we won. The ship battling's okay. It's no Assassin's Creed, but it's fine. You know what this music could use? A banjo. Heart of the Deadfire. Fuck yeah.
You're far from home, farmer. How did you make it all this way in your little boat?
Why do we gotta be farmers just because we're from Deerwood?
Are you a farmer?
Yeah, but you can't just assume. We got rabble-rousers, too.
I'm the harbor master, Kauha. I must ask your reason for docking in Nekataka.
And I must tell you to fuck off. Get out of my way. Okay. No.
Yeah, you do need to see someone, truly. I think it's the animancers in the spire you're looking for. To help with your head.
Show them.
Oh.
Show them what you are.
I've heard enough. There's no room for you in Nekataka Harbor. Get back on your ship and head back to open sea.
Oh boy.
I will help you.
Oh boy.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing? If you're trying to scare us with some cipher mischief, save the purple flames for the tribes of the Outer Islands.
Now.
What? What is this?
Run for it! You got style, Cap. Worm-riddled, ship-sinking, flat-fucking freaky style.
Thanks. God did that. Okay. Let's see. Well, let's take a look around, guys. Okay, yeah, it's our shit.
It is not as easy as it seems to turn a profit in Neketaka, but there is opportunity.
Need a fresh jacket or pants? Something more delicate? If you have a frame, I can fit cloth to it without fuss. Take your time. I'll give you space to browse.
Ooh, a tricorn. Man, look at those sweet capes. Dancer's outfit? Damn, they got some cool stuff. Rebiro.
Care for a fish or two, stranger? Today's catch. You'll find no...
Cut a fish.
Welcome! Venturing out past the city. You'll want supplies, crab traps or the like for a large... Of course.
Yeah, let's see what you got. Spices.
I'll do what I can.
Fuck yeah, I got a dog now.
Dora must think... Work for free.
Hell yeah.
The Hazanui is at the palace, blaming the Valians for attacking one of their ports.
Well met, stranger. Akira, but isn't this district a fine place? I am not one meant to venture far from the gullet. Until recently, I had a respectable job at the Luminous Bathhouse. Now that I am unemployed, I seek to make myself useful before the money runs out, and I must return to the Roparu as a pauper. A wonderful place. Would that I could cross its threshold again and feel the mist of luminous waters. In spite of my time there, I cannot do else but give it my highest recommendation. You will find the luminous bathhouse in Periki's Overlook. The Queen granted this area of the city to the Valian outsiders. Here they organize their business and trade, digging up the archipelago with both hands and carrying riches overseas. In her welcoming embrace, the Queen allowed a similar concession to the Royal Deadfire Company. You would do well to see as much of Neketaka while you are here, I am thinking.
Sure, sure.
More happens at the bathhouse than cleanliness and ease.
Well, no shit.
It is a place of meetings, business, and transactions, to all of which the attendants are either blind or deaf. One day, I overheard more than I ought to have. In my erring, I gasped. To my great shame, I showed a most unprofessional reaction before clients. I was fired, and rightly so. Akira, you want to follow the road north, up the mountain, always climbing. It is the highest point in the city.
Okay. Well, maybe I could put in a good word
The
for it.
Queen must calm them down before they go to Merla, war over it.
How is every ship hunter taken?
Hey, fucker. Oh.
I only deal with serious clients. Now, shoo. A serious brute. I can see this from here. Madiko. But it is impossible to find skilled work when every competent freelancer wastes their shore leave in the wild mare. When blood travels south of their brains, the value of a good bounty is forgotten. You, a nameless face of the streets? I do not make a habit of shepherding new talent, but there is a seed of potential. We will cut your teeth on Biakara, a Huana sailor and would-be patriot who plagues company ships. Gelarde! Biakara sails a voyager's scale of Tangaloa off of Hasongo's northeastern coast. Questions? Ask your questions, Aimika. But I blame Luminous Adra. Our privateers are busy escorting shipments out of the Deadfire. Everyone is rich, no one is hungry. Where are the Casitas willing to sink their enemies for a bag of pyres, huh? Drunk on success.
Cool.
We can summon the guards if you want to be difficult, Aimiko. Kindly leave.
If Luca doesn't see reason, the Duape will lose their lands. For their sake, I must... Please, I must ask a favor. What say? Do you have business with the Valian Trading Company? My people are the Duape. We signed a contract with the company. We were not understanding the terms at the time. I wish to, let's say, renegotiate. But the clerks turned me away. My father, the Ranga, took payment from the company. In exchange, they dig for Adra. He did not understand the Valian way. When he dies, The Outlanders will claim our island for themselves. Father has fallen ill. And the clerk, Luca, stands by the agreement as surely as if it was stamped in his skin. Akira. When the Valian clerk learned I was from the Duape, he became very anxious. I made my appeals to Luca, but my words were as stones dropped down the deepest well. While I am barred from the company office, I can do nothing for my people. Akira, the gods have steered us together, friend. Take all that you need to get started. Akira, my thanks. I will remain here by day until justice is done. My words were only the crashing of waves. You will speak with authority, I say.
You don't know that. Okay. Fuck it, man. Let's go in here. Let's see what's... Oh. Alright, do I have to talk to you fuckers?
If you've come on business with the Valiant Trading Company, it will have to wait until morning. We're closed. There's no need for you to be here after hours. Move along. If it has anything to do with paperwork or wax seals, which covers most of what's in the building, I'm confident it can wait until morning. If you're interested in making a donation, I'd accept it with thanks, but the doors stay closed. Much appreciated, amica. Much appreciated. Much appreciate. Much appreciate. Much appreciate. Much appreciate. Much appreciated, amica.
Okay. Alright. Alright, we'll come back. We'll come back in the morning. Ooh, the tavern. Here we go. Always look for the tavern. I'm gonna have to get off here pretty soon because I grow hungry and I would like to eat some lunch. I would like to eat some lunch. Some lunch. La Mancha, the man from La Mancha.
Do you enjoy a coin, my friend? Can you lift a sword?
Look at this fucking
Where in the places is that old man?
Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm actually gonna cut it off right there. I'm gonna save. And I will be back in a little bit, and we'll see what's going on in this magnificent fucking place. Later, guys.